Okay, Nate, time to get started with Maggie here. And I'm going to walk as I get set up here to kind of talk about what I'm doing. Try to make this not quite so long. Um, First off, apologies for the background noise. Um, Early mornings, I don't have a lot of great options for where to put the rest of the dogs. With the current conditions and grass where I'm working, I I pretty much have to have the dogs out. Um, Going to be background barking. I apologize. But so we're setting up a new drill, and emphasize he has never seen this before. This is really brand new, so she doesn't know what we're doing, but she does know she's excited about it because, as you can see, she's out here running around like an idiot, having a good time, which is exactly what I want her to do. So, the start of this drill, we should clarify what the heck we're doing here. What I'm doing is I'm setting up something that would usually be pattern blinds. Some people would call it other stuff. There's lots of names for it, but ultimately the idea here is we want to teach her the concept that she needs to go, just go, get out there and go, right? And in order to do that, um, doing a true blind retrieve in the retriever world, we usually call that a cold blind. Cold meaning the dog has no concept of it. The way we transition from all the handling drills she's done with doing the T and wagon wheel and all that is this little pattern blind drill. Now, um, I'm intentionally letting Maggie run around with me so that she can see me set these bumpers on the ground. So I'm letting her know exactly where the bumpers are, and I'm making this obvious. Okay, so this is what we call teaching. We are teaching the concept of running these bumpers. I'm not trying to um, use a lot of pressure here. This is where we want her to learn something new. There you go. Each bucket, only about 4 yards from the mat. Right? Good girl. Give. Good. Leave it. No. Leave it. Heel. So I'm also doing this with no e-collar on. Um, as we know, Maggie is a dog who is not a high pressure dog. She does not need a lot of force. Um, Voice commands are plenty sufficient to control her. So I'm going to try to do this without the e-collar. Keep her happy, keep her pepped up. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to send her sit. Good. And I want her to sit here and look for a second. Let her see it. There you go. Nope. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to give her some little verbal cues here. And I apologize, there's kind of a tree in the way. But I'm going to say some things at the line to her. Okay, I'm going to say dead bird or dead. You can say there's a lot of things you can say, but we want to give her an audible cue. Hey, there's something out there. I'm going to need you to go. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm using my body. It's all about communicating which way I want her to go. We've talked about that a lot. But the idea is we are aiming her like a gun. So right now I want her to go to this left-hand bucket. So I am blocking out with my body the middle bucket and the right bucket. So I'm going to leave her set up over here. Good girl. No. So right there, she's looking at the middle, and I'm going to say no. No. Good. Good. So when she's looking at the right bucket, I say good. Good. So I'm going to get her looking at that bucket. Back! 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 Come on, Maggie. Back! Let her get out there. We got to walk out there. We walk out there. Oh, here we go. Back! There you go. Good girl. Okay. So as expected, first rep, she's like, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot are you talking about? She did not understand, and that's okay. Right here. So now that she knows where that is, heel, sit. Let's see if we do better on the second one. Back, back, come on, back. Again, start walking to get her moving. Back. There we go. So she ran a little bit and stopped and was like, what am I doing? That's okay. That's okay. That's improvement. Good. Heel. Sit. Yeah. Now, she that would be sometimes what we would call a no-go, meaning like she was like, wait, can I go? Can I go? Because she's worried about going and making a mistake, right? So when I see a dog that's doing that, that tells me that the dog is a little bit uptight, a little bit nervous, doesn't want to screw this up, and we've been working on steadiness, which is great, you know. So this is going to be, a teachable thing we're going to be working on. All right, heel. All right. So now we got another bucket out there. Good. Good. And we got her looking straight down the pipe here. Good. Okay. Ready? Back. And there I took a couple of steps off the mat, and she ran right to it. Atta girl! Good. Right here, baby. Heel. Sit. Yeah. All right. Let's try that middle one again. All right. Good. Back. Back. No. No. Back. No. Back. And I'm not using a whistle here. I'm not using anything other than just verbal commands and my movement. I'm not worried about stopping her, redirecting. We're simply trying to teach, go to that spot. Because that's what a blind is. Go to that spot, and you're going to find something good there. Yeah, good. All right. So now we got our third bucket over here on the right. Good. And one of the other things that I'm looking at when I'm doing this, I'm looking at her nose. Her nose is doing this. When it's swinging around like this tells me the dog has no idea where to go, right? She doesn't know what we're doing. When the dog is locked in and pointing straight at it, that's a dog who knows where we're going. Good. Good dog. So right now she's pretty confused, so I'm going to be walking with her on this one again. All right. Back! Back! There you go. Good girl. Right here, sweetie. And try that one again. Good. Good. Okay. I'm going to just pull her over a little bit so she aims more to the right. Good girl. Good. Back! There you go. All right. So this is what I say when I use the term teaching a dog. Okay? Maggie does not know this drill. Again, this is the very first rep she's seen of pattern blinds like this. First couple days we did some review, make sure she was going to mind me, make sure she was still happy about picking up everything. That all went great. But this is the first time seeing a blind set up like this. So all in all, I'm happy with what I see here because she's giving me good effort. Anytime she does something wrong, it's simply because she doesn't understand. And so we're going to run this drill like this a lot. We won't go any further in her retriever training until we get this good, right? So really, if you think about it, this is basically wagon wheel, like, part of a quarter of a wagon wheel, if you will, at 50, 60 yards, right? So that's what I want her to do. Now, another thing that I did here to help her be successful is we usually heel dogs on the left side, right? So what I did is I intentionally started on the left so that I was blocking out the stuff on the other direction. So each time I turned, those were already gone, so she knew which way we were going to be going. I went from left to right. So obviously we can make this a lot more complicated. This little pattern blind drill, you can do a lot of things. First thing we're going to do after we get good at this, we'll stretch it out to 100 yards. Then if you wanted, you could stretch it out to 200 yards. Right? Then what you could do is you can go out of order. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Then you could do 1, then 2, then 3. Right? Or we can set up more buckets. Right? So using these targets is a really common and helpful way to teach dogs. There's a spot out there. Go, and I'll tell you which one it is. Right? So this is the beginning of Maggie's work. I'm excited to get to work with her until June, or the middle of July when y'all get back. All in all, I feel really happy about Maggie. Of course, she's here having a good time. She's a happy dog, and I always enjoy getting to work with her. So we're off to a good start.